Tuesday, the day before many of our Kentucky school districts began the year, Governor Andy Beshear mandated masks in K through 12 schools as well as daycare centers with his executive order. And then yesterday, the Kentucky Board of Education passed its own mask mandate for schools. So we have Rose McBride here telling us why the board voted to implement this mandate now.
Brooke, it wasn't necessarily the most popular decision. There were some people in Frankfort yesterday protesting the decision as KDE approved the mandate. But the emergency regulation was passed as a result of rising COVID case numbers. The regulation requires all public school students ages 2 and up to wear a face covering while in school, with some exceptions. Some accommodations are made for those who are hard of hearing or deaf, for when people are exercising or eating, and for any students with disabilities. The emergency regulation lasts 270 days, which is about 9 months, and that's the length of any emergency regulation in Kentucky, which is state law.
Not something that we wanted to do, it's what we had to do according to state law. There are provisions in what the board passed that allow it to call a special meeting to end the regulation at any time that it wishes.
The board also added a caveat to trigger an automatic meeting if the CDC or State Department of Health amends their mask guidance. Now, neither the governor nor KBE's original executive orders will detail what masks are going to look like for some school sporting events. So today, the KHSAA plans to send out some updated information for what those sporting events are going to look like indoors.
And why do we have the two orders? What are the differences between the governor's and KDE's?
Right. Well, the governor's is an executive order, and that expires after 30 days. And then KBE's is an emergency regulation, and that lasts 270 days. The main difference is the timeline. Glass said the board wanted to enact their own mandate because the power of the KBE is separate from the governor. And also the governor's order is for public and private schools, plus those daycares, and the KBE regulation that was passed yesterday is just for public schools.
Okay, a lot of people crossing their fingers that something happens to make that 270 number go way down.
Exactly.